It's time for the best time of day, or I should say night, since I'm filming at night tonight. This is my normal time in the studio, so we're kind of working on my time schedule tonight. So it might be a little bit yellow looking because of the light in here. I hope we can at least see the colors decently. So this started out being, it started out being like a 4-color pour, but yeah. So anyway, really my main colors that I'm working with today are going to be this yellow, this green, the orange, the blue, the red, and the purple. My accent colors that I'm only going to lace in a little bit, I'm only going to use a little bit of the white, a little bit of the dark truffle brown, that's the acrylic, or the latex, and just a little bit of the black. This is carbon black acrylic ink in Floetrol with silicone. Matter of fact, so there's Floetrol in everything today, but there's silicone added to 3. I added it to the orange, which is kind of a pumpkin orange, I mixed a little other stuff in it too, and the purple and the black. Those are the 3 that I added silicone to, so it'll be interesting to see how those turn out. And over here, I'm happy to say that my little stick pin or push pin idea on the bottom of the canvases, well, before I get there, let's do this, because this is important. It really is, especially when you're working with paints like I do. I am so used to working with much thinner paints, to be really honest with you. So it's been a chore for me to learn how to thin things down without over thinning, if that makes sense. So make sure you're level. Just go get a little cheapo one, and make sure you're level on both sides. I already did both of these and they're fine. But the push pin idea that I tried out the other day worked out so good. But I didn't get a good close-up on the video. These are just little push pins that, now that I have it in there, it won't come out. But, you know, that you use on tack boards. And so I get them in there really good. That's when I turn them over and check them for level. If they're not level, I just took the hammer to these just a little bit to get them in a little closer. But this is kind of cool too. That's what they look like when they're new. And I've already used these on other paintings. That acrylic just pops right off and you can reuse them. So it's just kind of a fun little tip, and the reason I like it is because when the paint is falling here, I don't like my canvases sitting in the wet paint. It bugs me. So I just put those there so there's a little bit of a ledge. I can get my hands under there. Later when I want to move it, I have 2 little pieces of wood that I stick under here and I just move the whole thing. Just makes it easier all the way around. And I know it's my OCD side, but anyway, so, well, after I go move my camera over there, I'll be setting up on that, and we'll take a look at this delicious pour. I got the little canvas because they were really cheap at Michael's this week with that sale, so I'm going to use any leftovers on this. Also, this is a really thin pour, so cross your fingers. And we are ready to pour. There's a lot going on in here. This is going to be fun. With my bigger stuff, when I was just doing straight acrylic and pouring medium pours, I like very bold colors. I love metallics, but this is crazy even for me. So we'll see what we get. I've put a little bit extra in here. I think halfway up on this is about right for this canvas, but this is really, really running today. There's 3 paints because they're old paints and I'm just trying to get rid of them, and I added this and that to them, and so 3 are thin: the orange, the purple, and the black. So we'll see what happens. First, though, before I do anything, tired of dealing with corners. Okay, oh, I'm digging these colors. I know Anne-Marie hates this part, or the drips, and I normally do too, but I didn't want all that green all over the place. Looking all cosmic. I know that you can see some of this. I know that's kind of far away, but you've got to be able to see some of this. This may end up having too much green in it for me, but we will see. I'm really kind of glad that I poured the way I did with the white, the brown, and the black. I just did smidgens between a couple of different layers where I knew they'd be complementary. Like I put black after the purple. I put white right before the yellow. Things that what I knew it would complement, but I didn't want it to be all white, and I didn't want a lot of black. So I just put a little bit of those in, and I think it did what I wanted it to. So, should I burn first? Show of hands? Yeah, a lot of the cells are already formed just by the Floetrol and the silicone alone. There's not a lot you've got to do to them. I'm going to come back and do it again when I'm done, when I get all the edges done, but there's some pretty cool stuff happening. If this ends up being too runny and it looks really pretty at pour and not so pretty when it's dry, I'm going to be mad. Just a little push. Dude, this is very 70s. Instead of playing James Morrison right now, I would normally be playing, or Jim Morrison. I'm a James Morrison fanatic, my friends know that. I'm a little bit of a cougar for James Morrison. Not Jim Morrison, even though Jim would dig this. I'll show it to you in a minute as soon as we get it poured. I'm just not wanting to upset the paint too much. Because while the cells are elastic and build a little bit, but you only have a little bit, you don't have a lot of time. This is thicker than I thought it was, and that makes me happy. That makes me very happy. Bring it back a little. See, having those push pins in there, it helps so much. I'm not, you know, screwing everything up by grabbing the sides. I can go right underneath. Oh, mama happy. Okay. Ooh, it's not screwed up now. When do you want to get to the edge? Right about where you want, and then pull back. So far, so good. There is some majorly cool stuff happening here. Bring this back in a little bit. Might as well go down to the other side, but I want this to sit a minute. Ooh, paper towel time. Man, I hope these hold up when in the dry. If they do, some psychedelic hippie is going to pay me thousands. Not that any psychedelic hippies usually have that kind of money. Hey, Tommy Chong, do you like this one? I bet you would love this one. We are friends on Facebook. Talk to me, Tommy. Okay, let me check my edges and then I'll come and get you. First of all, I need to go over a little. There we go. I usually use my bigger knife, but it's for big paintings, and I haven't had a little one for these little ones until I went and got this today. I was trying to round out my week with that Michael's sale. Oh man, the edges are beautiful. What was I complaining about? You see some? Oh yeah, I see one right there. And as I've said before, I'm just tapping a little bit on. You want to see the trick to this? It's not a huge trick. You just don't want to use your fingers because see that great design that's going on there? If you use your fingers, it's going to mix the paint and it's going to muddy it all up. Pretty standard trick. Get something close to the color you're at. See that white spot there? I'm just going to go right above it and just tip my paint and let it run down. So when that dries, it looked like it was meant to be there. So you don't want to fuss with it too much. I thought it was canvas there, but that's just white paint. There's a little bit of a blister right there. And don't worry about that drip. It'll go down, it'll level out, it'll be fine. Oh, there's some majorly cool stuff going on. Oh, pour paint gods, please let this paint dry like this. Alright, so actually I'm going to just do one little quick torch. And for those who tend to over pyro, yeah, I'm right there with you. It's just too easy. It's hard to put this down. I was watching Maya in Oregon. I was watching her the other day, and she was good. Put it down. It was cracking me up. We're neighbors, Maya. Hi. I'm up here in Tri-Cities, Washington. Beautiful Pacific Northwest, USA. Yeah, this isn't doing much more to it. Just makes me feel better knowing that if there's any air bubbles in here, which I am seeing those pop. So this is not getting me more cells, but it's popping the air bubbles, and you want that. Those air bubbles can ruin a whole piece. And what you look for is just look sideways to where the glare is. You can kind of see it. Oh, dog hair right in the middle of my painting. One thing at a time. Luther hair in my painting. I love you, Luther, but not in my painting. All right. And I don't have a toothpick, but I've got my ever trusty push pins. You can use a brush to do this, like a painter's brush. Oh, I don't want to screw this up. Gotcha! So there. Okay, that's how you make, that's how you overcome adversity. All right, I'm coming to get you because this is gorgeous. Yeah, this time I hit record. That's cool. Oh, mamma mia. Oh yeah. Psychedelic, baby. But I'm digging it so much. I don't think I can get closer than, I mean, yeah. So there's the whole thing. I'll get in a little closer on some of these. Look at this. Freaking out cell action. Okay, now remember, I have Floetrol in everything, but I also added silicone to the purple, the orange, and the black. Those are the only ones I added silicone to, and they're selling in big areas. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but I don't even mind all this yellow. Normally I like yellow as an accent, but wow. The hard part about this is that I'm usually in my studio with my music going, so I kind of mumble. I get it, Anne-Marie, you do mumble, because I'm talking to myself usually, not anyone. Oh my god. Oh, look at those bubbles. Those aren't bubbles, but they look like it. Yeah, mama happy. So far, that's that. God, I hope we get a good dry on this one. But, oh yeah, and I'll show you the edges too. The edges just look spectacular. Especially this side. Really neat stuff going on there. This is my favorite to date. I know I say that every time, but really, truly, I dig these colors. Alrighty. Right back with the finished dry product, just like magic.